Hi everyone, JC family here. In light of this pandemic and everybody being at home, whether we're self-isolating, working from home, or homeschooling already, we wanted to share with you an activity that you can do together as a family.
To keep you from boredom while you're stuck at home.
Yes. So today we're going to show you a family tradition of making homemade pizza dough so you can have a nice, relaxing, stay-at-home, cozy in, cuddle up movie and pizza night. Shall we begin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Kayla, I need you on that stool, sweetheart. So first of all, I'll tell you the ingredients. Super easy. We're going our secret family recipe from Nono. I don't think he'll mind us sharing because we've altered it a little bit. So we're going to use 2 cups of whole wheat flour and 2 cups of white flour. And then we're going to use 1 teaspoon of table salt. And then 2 1/4, 2 1/2, 3 teaspoons of quick rise yeast, or if you find them in the dry packages, it's just 1 square. So Talia, if you could measure out, please. 2. Remember how we make it level. So we're gonna do 2 of these. Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah.
Okay, do you want to level it? Pass it to Kayla. Kayla's just gonna drop it in for us today. And it doesn't have to be perfect. We like lots of pizza, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't even have leftovers.
So this is going to make 3 large pizzas that feed all 5 of us, sometimes with a little bit of leftovers for lunch the next day. You could use half the recipe. You could use 1 cup of each. Same amount of salt, same amount of yeast. And just make 1 giant pizza if you like thicker crust. Thank you, helper. Thank you. Okay, so Max, you want to give me a hand mixing here? Sorry, Kayla. I always pour the salt over the sink in case we spill. We don't want too much salt in our dough. Okay, you want to add that, Talia?
I spilled.
Okay, watch out for Talia. So we're going to measure. 1, 2, just under 3. Yeah.
That's gonna spill.
And then the biggest trick to making the dough is to use lukewarm water. So not hot water, not cold water. I like to use it a little bit more than lukewarm. So mix all the dry ingredients while I get that water. And then measure out about 4 cups of warm water. You may or may not use it all. It just depends.
That's humongous.
Yeah, and get your water right when you're ready to use it. You don't want to have it ahead of time and then it cools down.
Kind of like medium.
So the hotter the water, the stickier it's going to be, and then you're going to end up adding more flour, which is why I always like to have a little bit more water on hand. And then we use extra flour once we're on the counter. So,
in case you're wondering, we have Bailey joining us in the kitchen. Right, Bailey? Huh? You like the crust, don't you?
Yes. She loves the crust. And
yes. Bailey loves pizza night, I think, more than anybody. Okay, so now I'm going to add the water.
While you're mixing.
Yeah, a little bit while I'm mixing because otherwise it gets sticky. So I add usually about 3 cups and then I leave 1 out. And then you're going to mix it relatively fast so that you get all the dry ingredients.
And speaking of crust, if you would like to make cheese crust,
yes,
which is very popular, all you have to do is get the string cheese. You know, the ones that you peel off and you put in your kid's lunch or whatever. Those ones work great if you just tuck it underneath the crust. It melts really nicely and you get a delicious cheese crust.
Oh, we love that, but we don't really have it that much.
Yeah, not too often.
Lots of cheese.
Bailey loves the crust.
Essentially what you do is you roll out a pizza dough larger than your pan, even if it's sticking over the edge a little bit. And then you fold in, like you put the cheese strings all around, and then you roll the edges and tuck in. Okay, so what do you guys think of that?
Looks good.
Can you show us what it looks like?
So now that it's
So
mostly
twist it
mixed.
around to show the consistency.
It almost looks like oatmeal.
Yeah, kind
Yeah.
of. That's because of the whole wheat flour.
Mm.
So what I'm
it's
doing
very
right now,
sticky.
yeah, so it's still sticky,
With melted
but it's
marshmallow.
not too watery. Watch your face here. It's my elbow. I'm just getting everything from the sides. And then I'm gonna power stir it. So if you had a KitchenAid mixer, that would be great, but then it's messy to clean and we need a little bit of exercise. So it will get a little lumpy in the middle, so you just really wanna mix it well. Okay, so as you can see, a little sticky. But that's okay, that's because I like my water a little warmer. And we're gonna add more flour. So, I won't need any more of that. If you can dump that, Max. Oh, sorry, I do need the white flour, please.
Oh, really?
Yes.
At least I put it at the corner.
Thank you. Oh yes, and we have a lid.
Do I get to do that?
So,
Ew, I forgot to put the lid.
Sure.
You said I can only do.
dump it on the counter.
Oh,
Like half of it. Just dump it.
I don't
Not
know.
sprinkle it. We don't want flour to go all over, right?
Like that much?
Yeah, that's fine.
You get it closer.
No!
You're gonna spread the flour out.
So I'm gonna make sure I have a lot of flour on the counter. So this is what I mean by it adds flour to the mixture.
Because it's gonna stick otherwise.
Yeah.
And it's like moving. It's trying to like.
So you'll need some flour, yep, for your hands. So I'm gonna do this part, okay guys? And you can help me after.
And I can clean the
This
table.
is kind of messy.
Or someone else.
So I have these awesome little scrapers that I use. If not, you want to have a lot of flour in your hands. Maybe sprinkle a little more flour on top, just so it doesn't get sticky. You could also put olive oil all over your hands. Dough always loves olive oil. And then it won't stick to you and you won't lose your dough. So as I'm starting to knead it here, I'm just incorporating some of the flour so that it's more workable. Okay, so that should be okay. So now we're just kneading.
So how do you need the dough properly?
So how do you knead? You start usually from the top and you kind of take the first part into, so you're making it in the ball and you're always kind of making a square. You turn it around, take from the top to the bottom, and you kind of meet it together. So just keep doing that. You want to do it enough so that the ball is firm, so that you can actually roll it out without breaking it. So now I'm not really making it a square, you see, it's becoming more like a circle. It's more like a ball. Yeah, so just squish it together, flip it around, squish it together, flip it around. You don't want to overdo it, but like I said, it has to be strong. Now, what we're going to do today, we're going to try something a little bit different. So you could leave it here. If you wanted to do this in the morning and let it rise for the day, you could put olive oil. Just sprinkle olive oil and just rub it around the bowl. Put the ball of dough in the bowl. Put a little bit of olive oil on the top. Cover the bowl with a tea towel and then sit it up on your stove or on your fridge and let it rise for the day. Or alternatively, you could also put olive oil on the top of the ball, throw it in a Ziploc bag, bring it into work, give it to somebody, throw it in your freezer, throw it in your fridge. The dough lasts, it'll keep for a few days in the fridge, or you can put it in the freezer for a little while. You take it out when you want to use it, leave it on the counter, let it rise for a bit. What we're going to do today is we're going to go right into rolling it and letting the dough rise on our pans. So while I'm going to get this ready, Max is going to, if you could open this up, we're big fans of ceramic pans, ceramic pans for our pizza. So Max is going to sprinkle some cornmeal and sprinkle lots on the pan. So this just helps the pizza not stick and also gives it a nice kind of a crunchy crust. Yeah, that's great, Max. So put about the same amount on all the other ones. And then I'm going to divide this ball into 3 balls to make 3 pizzas. Okay, this is your favorite part, Kayla. Are you ready?
It may not look like much, but it is.
So, can you
It will
get me
rise
some
a lot.
more flour, please?
A cup?
Yeah,
Mom, cup?
sure.
My turn.
It's good.
Me.
Sure, yeah. Kayla can dump it on here again. I'm gonna get you to help me in the middle, please.
All of it?
Yes, but slowly and not from too high, otherwise we get flour all over. Thank you. Okay.
Tell next time you can do it if we need more.
Well, that was fun.
So here's our first pizza. So I'm gonna wash my hands and get all this stuff off. So if you can, Natalia, if you can press it down, make it as flat and even as you can, and then we'll roll it out.
That's my favorite part.
Just leave it on the counter for
Tell I don't like to do both of the same time. Okay, this is a little bit.
You can do it a little bit harder, Bella, like this. Just squish it out a little bit evenly, and then I'm gonna roll it.
Yeah, I've never really done this before, so.
No, that's usually Kayla's job. She
And
likes
this
to,
is my
she likes to
favorite part.
smack the dough.
Very fun pizza.
Okay, so you see how this part is not as, like, this is thinner and
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
thicker? Okay, so you don't have to do this perfectly. We're gonna roll it. It's just to kind of get it ready.
My hands are
And we
messy.
want to make sure that as we're working it, it doesn't get stuck to the counter.
Echo, what's my notification?
So flour your
Flour
rolling
might
pin,
come down on you
and
from the skies.
I'm gonna make this one into a square or a rectangle because those are the size of pans we have for the shape.
Now we know it.
Well, square is a rectangle, but not kind of rectangle we want.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's my favorite part too.
Is this your favorite part too?
Yeah, because Mama lets me help her when she does.
Yeah.
this.
Sometimes,
Never really
yeah.
done it.
Okay.
It's like Play-Doh, but then you get to eat it once you're done.
You don't eat Play-Doh?
I eat Play-Doh.
So I'll let you guys help me roll the other ones.
I mean, unless it's edible Play-Doh.
And then I usually flip it over, so the one that has a little bit more flour on the top, I put on the bottom.
That part's
Of the
really hard.
pan?
Sometimes it sticks together.
Mine. How do you feel this?
Kayla, can you move lots so I can see?
And then once they're all in here, we're gonna cover them with a clean and dry tea towel or dish towel, and then let it rise for the day. And it's important to note when you're making pizza dough, you don't want to have any drafts in the house. So if it's a nice summer day, don't have the windows open, at least on the main floor, the kitchen where you have your pizza. Your bedroom with the door closed is okay. In the winter, I don't have any drafts, or it does not rise nicely. Okay, you want to pound that one down a little bit? Okay, go ahead.
That's Kayla's favorite.
It's her favorite, yeah? Okay, make it more even on that side.
Hi, puppy.
Try to use the palm of your hand, it gets better.
Yeah, nice, or make your hand flat. Okay, that's good. That's good. And I'm just gonna make sure nothing is stuck. Okay, do you want to try rolling out this one, Talia? I'll get a little bit of the shape.
Okay, okay.
Okay, you try to push it. So you want to, don't push it too hard, but you want to push it down and a little bit of pressure so that it spreads. Okay, and this is heavy.
So
I should warn you. There you
Make
go.
sure you don't get your fingers stuck.
You pull it back.
You got to do more on this side, yeah. So it's just try to make it even.
Oh,
Yeah, that happens. Just lift up your rolling pin.
and you can do it like that.
Okay, and now
Do it on the
do it
side.
sideways. Yep.
can't tell it's
It's
any
hard.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Tell when you.
It's sticking.
I see. Can you move me right here? Okay.
We might get hair in our pizza.
So I'm just gonna even it out a little bit.
I'm washing my face so you don't elbow me in the face.
Oh, thank you. So as you can see, so this is gonna rise quite a bit, but not too much. We don't like our dough too thick, just thick enough to hold toppings.
Can I try rolling after
Yes,
with
you
you?
can.
Yay!
And then once it's in the pan, if it doesn't quite fit, you can stretch it out a little bit also.
Oh no.
So that's it for now. We're just gonna clean up. Again, these awesome handy scrapers. We're gonna clean up. This is all garbage, of course. Don't reuse it. We're gonna let our pizza rise on those pans for most of the day, and then usually around 3 o'clock, I will preheat the oven to 350. I will start to get all the toppings ready, and then I do put the pizza in the oven for, I don't know, 10 minutes maybe, just to kind of pre-cook the crust while I'm working with all the toppings.